Hello and welcome to my new social media presence. Thank you very much for joining me here. I've put together this very short, very basic introductory video to explain what it is that I've been up to the last few months and what you can expect from here on. So, I was very lucky to be given the opportunity back in December 2024 to publish my first book. It's about a subject that I've been writing about for a long time and been very interested in a long time, which is this that you can see behind me, and I'll get my arm right the second time round. It's the history of the greatest teams that didn't qualify for the World Cup. It's called No Show, the World Cup teams that never were. And it has been an absolute joy to put together. It's a collection of 24 stories of teams ranging from the 1950s right up until the last World Cup in 2022. And some fantastic teams with well known faces within the world of football. Some of the greatest players of all time famously never played in a World Cup. And this is the collection of stories that will explain why that is, what themes they were, what villains and rivals came in and stopped all of this from happening, and some of the other contributing factors that form a few different patterns over the last 70 years. So, why is it that in particular I'm interested in that? I've always been interested in the stories of failure, the things that nearly happened that didn't quite happen. For instance, number two singles or politicians that never became prime minister. But this one particularly stands out for me because the stories of teams that didn't qualify for the World Cup have mostly never been told. As far as I'm aware, this is the first book that exclusively deals with the World Cup qualification process and what happened to the teams that didn't make it to the World Cup. All the focus is generally on the winners of the World Cup or the teams that really did well at the World Cup, not the teams that didn't get there, because perhaps writers never saw the attraction to it. But I believe I've pulled together 24 really interesting stories of some very good, very talented teams, ranging from your big name teams, teams from France, Spain, England, right the way through to some minnows that very nearly got there, like Trinidad and Tobago in 1990 or Liberia in 2002. So it's a real range, a real tapestry of various different teams from different continents with a particular focus on uh, Africa because my background in writing 10, 15 years ago when I first started writing was on African football when I was working for a website called Sandals for Goalposts. That served as a lot of inspiration for several of the chapters in the book. There are lots of European teams, of course, as well, and there's representation from all the other continents in world football. But that just gives you a bit of a flavor of what's to come. And over the course of the next few months on this chapter, I will do more videos like this, which will give you a bit of insight into the teams I've chosen and why, and to give you a bit of a preview of what's to come in the chapters. There's some fantastic stories from politics and culture and bust ups, injuries, all the factors that come together to make teams that should get to the World Cup or nearly get to the World Cup not quite make it. So the book itself is out on the 16th of March next year, but it is already available for pre-order from a number of different websites, including Amazon and Waterstones. So you can pre-order now, or you can wait until it comes out. That way, I'll get a nice little boost in the rankings on these websites, particularly Amazon, if you choose to buy it closer to the time. It'd be great for you to spread the word if you can that this is happening, especially those of you who know me. I appreciate I've kept this very quiet, mainly because, to be honest, I wasn't sure I'd even get to it. I had a few personal dramas along the way. A flea infestation nearly derailed the entire writing process with a couple of months to go. Uh, and I'm very grateful for the pest controller who came and sorted it out and helped me get back on course with writing and working towards my deadline. But now we're there. The book has gone into the publisher for proofreading, and I'm very confident that there will be any major issues. So now the hard part really is coming up. I know that sounds weird to say after writing a 90,000 word book, but half the job is publicizing this book now. It's going to be a case of tapping into social media, which is why I've set up these new social media channels and feeds that you can see behind me. This means dipping into Instagram for the first time. Ooh, big scary thing for me. Um, but also to go out and do some in-person events as well, some launch events, some meet and greets. I've already started talking with a few venues and a few potential hosts. Very excited about what that could bring. Ultimately, I don't know if this is going to happen again for me. I've got a busy day job. As much as I'd like to do more books in the future, you never know what might happen. So I'm going to take this opportunity with both hands. I'm going to really throw myself at spreading the word far and wide within the UK, maybe even beyond the UK if the opportunity arises, between March time when the book is out and, of course, the World Cup, because uh, as momentum builds towards the World Cup, the more people are going to want to read about the teams that are there, but also the teams that are not there. So there's lots to come on this channel for the next few months. I hope to keep you with a nice steady drip feed of what's going on in World Cup qualifying for 2026 in North America. Lots of teams already there, some teams nearly there. We could have a few surprises. There are a couple of teams already who qualified for the first time. So maybe I can dip into that if that's something you're interested in. I highly doubt that Andorra are going to be there, to be honest. Looking like a bit of a struggle for them. But uh, there will also be moments from history, maybe. I don't know. The world's yours. I'd be really interested to know what you think, what you would be really interested in hearing about from me over the next few months as I work to publicize this book that I've been working on for the last few months. Although, actually, the work itself goes back to 2018 when I was doing a lot more regular blogging. So, actually, really, it's 7 years of work for me. I appreciate that's been a bit of a ramble. I wanted to keep it quite tight. So, with that in mind, I will draw it to a close here. Please feel free to let me know your suggestions of what you want to hear from me. And for those of you who know me, we'll catch up soon. For those of you who don't know me, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'd look forward to seeing you at an event at some point soon.